Hello, in this video we're going to review EduCreations, which allows you to create whiteboard-based videos. This tool is mainly app-based. There is a web-based version that you can use, but I think you're probably going to have the best solution with it using it as the app. It is available on the App Store. At the current making of this video, it's not available on the Google Play. You can allow the teacher can create videos, or actually the students could even create their own videos to show how to do something. They are great for making explainer type videos, especially in things like math or science or economics, anything where you're having to write out numbers, you're having to draw a diagram, those type things. It's great because you have this whiteboard area that you're able to just kind of free range draw on. An alternative is Lenzu Create, which is available on Google Play and iTunes, but at this point, EduCreations is only available on iTunes. So we'll demo both of them really quick. So if you're doing this from the web, you just want to go to educreations.com and you want to create your account. So do a teacher sign up, and then you'll just log into your account. Upon logging in, you can see the lessons that you've already created. The good thing is that if you create them on your app, they're still going to go into your account. So whether you're using the web or whether you're using the app, it's still going to drop into your same EduCreations account, which is great. So then we're going to create a new lesson. And what you'll see is this very simple whiteboard. And again, you have your colors at the top where you can write on the screen, erase. You also have at the bottom where you could delete what's on the slide. You could add photos from from your computer. You can move backwards and forwards through pages over here. And then you can also just record the session where you can record yourself speaking on top. So let's go ahead and I will come to images and I'll just pull in an image that I already have. Keep it in mind, you can do this. I'm doing this on the web, but you could also do the exact same thing on the app. And then I just might want to start my recording. And I'm going to allow for it to record me because I want my audio involved. And you can see it's recording me now. I can always pause it if I want to. And then maybe I'm talking about, a certain travel that we have. So I might take a color and I might, circle our starting ground. So you can see where this would be a lot easier if you were on an iPad and you could touch the screen. And then you just kind of draw the way of how, the movement occurred throughout the setting. Maybe I have, another person that started here. Oh, that's not a great color. Maybe I have the one that started here and they moved this way. So you could track travels of different historical figures, track travels of your own. You can always write words as well with the pen. And again, this is much easier if you're using the iPad and it's touch screen. I'm using it with my mouse at this point, but so that's how you can write on the screen by pulling in an image. I can then just click the next icon, the next page, and I could insert another photo if I needed to. Maybe in this case, I am pulling this. Notice that it pauses it pauses it while I'm uploading a photo so that it doesn't take up so much space. So then I can start recording again. It picks it right back up where I left off. And so maybe in this case, we're doing, we're making a graph and they're having to put in, their different points. And so you're creating this. And again, this could be harder to do if you were on a PowerPoint or something. Sometimes in certain subject areas, you just need a whiteboard to draw on. So that's another option. And again, you can pause it if you need to. We'll go to the next slide. I can upload, again, my final one. This one might be for economics. Here I can move it around on my slide if I want to. I can upload more things on one slide if I needed to be able to compare. So maybe I put in a blank graph as well. And so that we're going to, use both of them. And then I can continue my recording. I can draw on this graph and I can draw on that graph. And again, anything that I'm writing, is going to be recorded for my students. Now you don't have to pull in images. If I go to a blank page, this is also a great place to maybe do some diagramming. So we might have main idea here. And then maybe I use my arrows to draw out different ideas that we're using. And then, of course, you'd probably put words in those, so those would be bigger. And then you would even have these to draw out your other ideas. So again, it's kind of like a blank whiteboard. You can have your eraser tool just in case you needed to erase something. And so with the eraser tool selected, you can just kind of erase. You have the pointer tool where you can point to different things. And then you have your undo and redo here button. So again, very simple to use. When I'm finished, I can just stop it. And again, you can pause if you wanted to. You can, if you needed to upload or, stop or whatever, you can pause, stop, and start it, and it'll just make one seamless video. When you're done, you just save it. You are then given the option to save or preview. So you can preview your work. I'm just going to save it. Then you fill out the information because this will also, if you make it published, which you need to, it actually goes onto the EduCreations site where you can actually pull other EduCreations that others have used. So I'll show you that in a second. So we fill out that information and create it. And then there it is for us. It'll allow us to see how many people have viewed it, and it'll let us see when we made it. Now when you click on the video, you can actually watch it, so you can see the entire video if you need to. You can actually speed it up if you need to go faster or slower if you want. You can make it full screen. Also down here you can get the share button, and you can share it you can embed it if you want to. You can share it, just copy the link and then give it to anybody. If you use Remind or Google Classroom, you could share it there as well. So that's one way to share your video. Also, of course, you can go and edit your settings. That's the basic of creating the video, but then EduCreations has another piece of it, and they have classes. In that case, you could actually create a class and assign these to your class. So we'll just we'll just make us a sample class and create that class. And then I can add lessons into my class. So now I want to add some lessons that I've already created. So I'll choose add a lesson, and we'll pick the one that I just made. So we're going to add that lesson into our class. Notice that the students are actually going to self-enroll themselves into the class, so you do need to make sure to give them the class code so that they can do so. Unfortunately, to be able to see who has viewed your video, you do have to upgrade to Pro. But that is the basic idea of how to use EduCreations. So now we'll try Lenzu Create, and actually with Lenzu Create, there isn't a web-based version for you to create products. You can log into your account and you can see ones that you've already created, but you only do the creating on the iPad or Android tablet, and again, it works for both. Now, I've already logged into my Lenzu account. You would just make your free account, but what you can do with Lenzu is you can actually come and you can search what other creations other people have made. So you can actually come to those and you can look and see. Now, some of these are great. Some of these are created by teachers. Some of these are created by students. So it just kind of depends. You would want to watch them to see before you actually start to use any. So let's look at the one that I already created on my iPad. I'll go to Dashboard. And if you've created it on your iPad, you want to make sure that you've published it so that it will show up in your account. But so you can actually click on it here, and this will allow you to watch it. Now, again, you're just watching what you already created on your iPad. It's not something that you make on the web. And so we can just scroll through and you can see that I did different things and wrote on different parts of it. So again, just to help you get the idea of what these tools look like on the iPad or tablet, I've just created some screenshots here. So if you're on the iPad using EduCreations, this is what the screen would look like when you're creating. You have a recording area, of course, over here. You have your pen to use with your different colors, your eraser. You can add a new page here. You choose this icon to either add text or to pull in a picture from your photo gallery, or to take a picture if you want to do that. So that's kind of what the editor looks like there. This is what it looks like when you're playing it, and then you can get the link to share right here. And then also in EduCreations, this is where you can go over in your dashboard and you can actually choose this icon and search other EduCreations that have been created by others. And this is where you can go in and you can look at this is where you do it. You use the star to get there, and then here you use the people icon to get to your class. that we talked about earlier. In Lensa Create, it's very similar. This is what it looks like. You have, this is where you get to your backgrounds, your, graph paper, that kind of stuff, your pen icon, your eraser icon, your adding text icon, the undo and redo. This is your upload a pic or take a pic image that you would click on. This is where you get to your shapes, which had all the different triangles and geometric shapes. And this is where you can access your PDF and Drive, Google Drive if you want to. The recorder is up here, and then of course you finish over here. So those are the tools you would use. And then finally, this last image shows how you copy the link to Lensa Create. So you would click on it, copy link, and then that gives you the link to share it. And those are some basic, the basic concepts of using EduCreation in Lensa Create.